Hello everyone, MarcusWolfe here, welcoming you all back to another episode of Disco Elysium. Wow, that last episode... God, I can't even say it with a straight face. Whoo, that last episode was... Oh, it was something. It was a... It was a journey. I'll give it that. It was a journey and a half. Oh my god. So... We killed everyone. We killed all three of the mercenaries, which is good. Cough, cough. I mean, I suppose so, because they did say that they didn't send in more mercenaries, and they probably will not. So there's that. Although, to Kim's point, a lot of our inner circle of suspects are now gone, dead or gone. Really not helpful for what we're trying to do, but goddamn, let's get rid of this gun, please. I don't need it right now. And yeah, I actually don't know what to do now. I actually really don't. But first things first is to change clothes, for the love of God. Change to an actually nice jacket. Suggestion. What kind of jacket do I have? Esprit de corps. Empathy, hand-eye coordinate. Yeah, why not? Let's put on this over this, like, I almost said Perry Mason. No. What is that? State? No. Ah, god dang it, I forgot what the name of that detective is. Casey? Casey Jones? No, that's, that's Ninja Turtles, the hockey guy, Casey Jones. No, I don't remember that detective now. Oh, god, I can't remember, but whatever. Maybe it'll come back to me someday. Probably not. And also, let's change pants. But yes, so now, next thing to do is, apparently, go look up at Class A's room again, because, believe it or not, she has disappeared on us. She left 20 minutes before the military got here. So, kudos to her, although at the same time, I find that highly suspicious. Suspicious in the fact that, how do you just, you know, so coincidentally, 20 minutes before all hell breaks loose, escape away from the insanity that is going to be hell? Like, how do you do that? I'm starting to suspect her a little bit. She might have something to do with the man's death, I feel like. Because, again, it's like, you don't just that conveniently leave 20 minutes before. And I feel like she set up the Hardy Boys. She set up everyone here in some respect. She's very suspect. I mean, I don't know if she committed the murder, but I'm feeling like she had something to do with it. Can I look at the window? Yes. Newly replaced glass shining in the morning light. You hear traffic outside. Back in the world again. Because, God. Because remember when I said that the position of Lele having sex and the way he was shot through the mouth from outside the window, apparently? Like, that shot seems so staged. It's like, shoot right in the mouth and then to the back of the head, while probably head back in the throes of ecstasy. It's like, I'm actually quite serious. Well, maybe we'll find something when we go up there. I keep supposing. I can't keep supposing. This Stereo 8 player has been reunited with its rightful speaker.
The fan stands still.
Yeah, that's fine. How about this?
The bed's a little nicer.
That's fine. I can't believe that's a bed. That looks more like a couch, not a bed, but whatever. We have a couple of things here. I can't believe I'm back in my room. Thank you, Gart, for letting me stay here for free, considering what happened. You see gleaming white enamel. No bottles inside. Hey, look, the door's open. You can just march straight on into Kim's room. And how about this mirror?
The bathroom mirror has been wiped.
Yeah, let's leave it be for now. So this is Kim's... That's very interesting. This bathroom connects the two rooms. So if two strangers lived here, we'd be sharing a communal bathroom. I don't know how I feel about that. But this is where Kim sleeps during the time, so what's his place like? The alarm is set for 6:50 a.m. Early riser. Medicinal supplies on the cupboard. Mercurochrome, a scalpel, antibiotic. Why do you have a scalpel, Kim, of all things? Why?
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You may have notes on this and other recent cases.
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
Well, thanks for keeping this thing alive a little longer. You know, again, when I said a scalpel, that makes sense. Maybe he did his own surgery to get the bullet out. To which then he's a boss? Although why do your own surgery with a scalpel? How am I even standing if you stabbed me with one?
It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. Let's go?
Yeah, we definitely got stupid lucky.
I am sure neither of us feels solid enough to keep loitering in this.
Okay, yeah, you know, that's fine. That's fair, actually. And let's go... Oh, I literally cannot... Oh, okay. That's fine, that's fine. I thought... Interesting that I can't leave through his room. But I had to leave through my room. Or my old room, I should say, because it's no longer my room. Can I go outside here? Maybe there's some things I can find. Things I can see. Please. Thank you. Anything of great import? No, what the heck is this? That's kind of creepy. What the heck? I was like scrolled down and then it's like I see all this red. It's like what? No, what is that? Oh, that's creepy. I'm sorry, that's creepy. Can I read that from here? I can't. Un jour je serai de retour près de toi? That is clearly French. I don't know a lick of French, so... I'm pretty sure the game will tell me what it means, because I have no idea how to read that. That's just so creepy. Who wrote that on the ground? That... I will not lie, that honestly scared me when I read that. I'm like, what is that? Ugh, that leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? Don't run. But no, really, it's like those sharp, those very like straight lines and bright red. I'm like, what the hell is that? What is this in your room? Looks like she left something on the table. Yes, I would like to know what that something is, but you don't let me see it, but so that's fine. Oh. Oh.
You see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door.
Okay, I guess Kim was blocking the prompt, because I could not see the prompt for the letter.
I'm sorry. I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
Girl, the fact you just left a letter and ran and say that... I'm not inclined to believe you at the moment.
A gift.
The lieutenant turns to the staircase suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shadows above. Seems like she left in a big hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
What do you think this gift could be?
I am not drawing my gun, yet, but I don't like gifts.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies the note.
Yeah, this kind of low-key worries me, that a gift. I don't know how to feel about that. What do you have in your medicine drawer? Anything?
The medicine cabinet is empty. Not even a toothbrush. Pity.
Not surprising. You really cleaned this place out.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing.
I was kind of hoping the gift would be in here, to be perfectly honest.
I always took you for more of a drunk than a chemical abuser, Lieutenant Hefreiter. Should we go?
Yeah, let's go. Thanks, Kim, for taking me for a drunk, not a chemical abuser. In the yard below, a corpse lies under the pine. Oh yeah, that poor guy is still out there. You know what? Oh god. I could go the long way around because I feel kind of suspicious, but... I'm gonna have to steel myself here. if I get surprised, there's gonna be a... Oh, you did not... Okay, so the gift is not obvious. Thank God. It's not like that big old writing in letters. Jesus. What is this? A red thread made of nylon. It leads out to the bedroom and on the roof. Why? Why a red nylon thread?
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman. Only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
The lieutenant tests the thread with his finger. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly. That's what I figured. So she left a... Why would... She does not strike me as a person who would innately know how to create a trajectory mark. Who is she?
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
I have not searched this island area triple prime yet. There's a chance the shot came from here. I need to inspect that area sometime soon. But first, where does this red thread go to?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime, the island in the bay.
Huh. How does she know how to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof, staring at the glass.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
Yeah, there's definitely more to her skill set, and to your point, yeah, she had a lot of time to think about it. Oh, but to be honest, Kim, I just don't know right now.
Indeed, neither do I.
But either way, do you think this is her way of trying to tell us that the shot came from that inlet over there?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
I mean, there are ruins over there. A sunken sea fort, if I remember correctly. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer yesterday.
I remember.
He looks out the window and onto the bay. And to be honest, that is the only point of origin we've yet to rule out.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
Maybe we need to go over there? The wind blows in from the open window. The lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water.
There, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower.
I mean, there is a flak tower over there, but I also remember seeing at the very least, the ruins of an anti-aircraft gun on that island.
Could be the makings of a sniper's nest.
He nods.
Why not? Military fortifications are made for that kind of thing.
Well, my mind's made up. I'm going to check the island. You in, Kim?
Of course. I mean...
He takes a second to gather himself, before saying,
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Good point. Though, I think at the fishing village, Lillian had one. Remember the nutpicker? She did say she was tarring her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Alright. I mean, at least she didn't leave me a funny surprise. Oh, not funny. A surprising surprise. Like, you can't see it from here. That's kind of unfortunate, but... So she's saying that's what the trajectory is. The thread is tied to the antenna, Yay. And let me just cross through here, see if I can find anything of great import. I mean, there were these boots, but do they mean anything?
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These and
Yeah, they say nothing. Okay, that's cool. So we can go to the fishing village now, although I do want to see what is that writing on the floor that I feel uncomfortable about. I truly do feel uncomfortable about that writing on the floor, and this thing keeps falling. I can't believe Titus is still here. Hey Titus? Oh god, it's a quiet group right now. That's quite sad. That really is quite sad. Hey Gart!
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did. Thank you, Gart. It's honestly a big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway,
He clears his throat.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that.
Oh, of course, no problem. And thank you for that. Truly, truly. But if you don't mind me asking, where is everybody?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
Fair enough. What happened to the man who had the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Ugh, a weird one if I ever heard of. But I do have to mention, when last night's events happened, you were right out there up on the balcony.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
I guess you are.
Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a shit if I die.
To each their own, right? Well, thanks again, Gart.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Dang. Oh, I forgot, yeah.
Miracle.
I forgot I had this thought I just finished. I'm like, what is that white
It's easy.
mark?
You know the poem by heart because you were taught it at school. It is one of the Volta Dolmar mantras repeated on the voyage that lead to the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. And the words mean, nothing will be changed about the light. Colors like grey and brown, all printed on top of each other. I found a blank white spot. All the others looked up. What a beautiful day. What beautiful weather. But all I heard was the printing machine. What strange words to celebrate a new world.
Wait. That's the poem. The Volta Dumar mantras. And the words mean nothing will be changed about the light. Colors like gray and brown, all printed on top of each other. I found a blank white spot, all the others looked up. What a beautiful day, what beautiful weather. But all I heard was the printing machine. Nothing will be changed about the light. Colors like gray and brown. Huh. I'm not good with poems, so I have no idea what that's supposed to be talking about, but I feel like that's kind of also talking about the printing press itself and the paper, not just like the outside world, but I don't know poetry. All white checks unlocked. Oh. Thank you? Thank you? Sure, that did not feel very important to me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hated that. Let's get out of here. How do I get out of here? Thank you. So... How about I talk to this gentleman here?
Hi again, gendarme.
Yeah, so much for that. All white checks unlocked. Yeah, that's such a lie. It's still locked. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Okay, so what was the point of that? I mean, it was nice to know what the poem said, but man, that really sucked. Hey, Titus.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
He looks at you with unmistakable respect.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
He extends his hand.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Of course.
Now, how can I help you?
His grip is strong and friendly. Well, for what it's worth, I really am sorry about the people that you lost last night.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
Interesting. You know, they say that in death... It's not in death. When you speak about someone right after they died, you tend to say more truths about them than you would normally partake to other people. It's nice to know that Titus is... Yeah, it's nice to know that Titus is not that kind of guy. He does not care who you are. If you are a good person who tries to do right, and especially by his book, to do right by the people, he don't care about who you are. He's gonna stand up for you and protect you the best he can. That's what I got from this sentence here. That I love that crazy homo like my own brother. It really speaks volumes of the kind of person he is. He truly don't care who you are as a person. Just that you do the best you can. You try to do right as best you can. Oh, wait, what about that Shanky fella?
Dennis, you saw him run. He's a mean little shit and I never trusted him. He'd better run real fast now. Real fast.
Oh, they were good people. I'm sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
Memento mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown around since the dawn of mankind to emphasize the vanity of earthly life and the transient nature of all earthly pursuits. In essence, it means one should live virtuously in this life to live better in the afterlife.
Not quite sure that really applies in this case.
Sure it does. Live every day like it's your last. 'Cause you might be dead tomorrow.
Fair enough. So what's gonna happen with the Hardy Boys now?
First, we're gonna find Dennis.
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
The tone of the statement is so matter-of-fact It's as though he were talking about picking up a morning newspaper on his daily walk around the block.
Well, that's your guy, so your responsibility. Do what you feel is right.
The lieutenant shakes his head, but doesn't say anything.
We're hunting that rat down. Let it be known what happens to cowards. And then...
He thinks for a moment.
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
I believe that for a sec. I believe that with every fiber of my being. I was trying to say for a second, but that phrase is, I don't believe it no, I believe it. I'm glad he survived. I really am glad. I wonder if he could have died. Probably, I suppose, if things went really south, really bad. Titus could have died. And oh boy. Do you know what happened to Classier?
Don't know. Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Oh, Titus. After all that we've been through at this point, level with me. You kinda liked her, didn't you?
Nope.
He did.
Same here, man.
He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
So, any idea what I should be doing now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janro. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
It sincerely amuses him how hard these guys typecast themselves.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
Well, so long, guys. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, copper.
Wow. The demeanor of the team has changed so much. I'm glad I was able to see them grow as characters from the start to now. I really am glad that, I really am glad that I got to see them grow. I really am. It's so amazing to have seen that. And I know I sound like I'm just saying things off the top of my head, and I really am, but at the same time, I really do appreciate the characterization that was the Hardy Boys. From the beginning, it's like, oh my god, these murderers too. Did you murder them? Oh, you're just protecting each other. And just now it's like, oh my god. Yeah, like, the respect. That he is a good person, as good as Titus could be. And what is this? Oh, okay.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull.
Huh. I guess Cindy the Skull finally found words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
I'm guessing she used heavy fuel oil?
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Huh. Step back, Lieutenant.
The fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the letters. Black smoke rises from the burning message.
Disco Elysium.
The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime.
That is so interesting. That was very You couldn't even tell me what the words mean? Come on. God dang it. Okay, I have to Google this now because I need words. I need words so hard. Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man?
Lonely.
Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where's Renee, Gaston?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face.
I'm sorry, but gone where?
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute Kent.
Wait, what? Was he killed during the mercenary tribunal a couple nights ago?
Oh, he would have liked that. Violent lives ending violently. That's how he wanted to go. Sadly, it was not the case.
How did he pass?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, cause he's gonna be buried without it.
Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there?
No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
Was he really that bad of a person?
I repeat, an absolute Kent. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Did you love him?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that...
He falls silent and looks at you, eyes filling up with tears.
Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Something mean?
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a Kant and he died a Kant. Let's leave it at that.
You know, this is also true about real life, that sometimes people really hate each other for no good reason. And it could simply because, to their minds, there's no good way to express an emotion. Doesn't have to be love, just a hard time expressing a particular emotion. And even though it may not be romantically speaking, it could be romantic, it could be platonic, one of the two. We don't know between Gaston and Renee, but I do believe in some form Gaston did love Renee. In some form. Definitely. But, you know, that little, like, rivalry slash hatred, that was the best way they can, or at least from Gaston's side, to communicate that feeling. And it's something that happens in real life, too. To respond in an angry way when there's no personally meaningful way to express an emotion. Oh, here. Something to remember your friends by.
Let me see. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young René looked so happy, and Jenny...
Eyes blurry with tears. He has to stop.
I'm sorry, officer. I just... Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me.
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know René had the photo.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah. That means Renee never forgot about the past, about them. I mean, he can be a little prissy guy, but he didn't forget. Well, I offer my sincere condolences, Gaston.
Yes, we are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
Well, honestly, I was hoping to ask him about these Maybells.
René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies.
I'm sorry. Insulindian lilies?
That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests, and all that other stuff he loved so much.
Well, if they were a symbol of old wartime memorabilia, military memorabilia, sorry, then why didn't he like them?
There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communals. They called them the bells of revolution.
A sad smile passes his face.
I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole Insulinde. The royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore.
Thank you for sharing that. Do you mind if I asked a few more things about Renee?
Yes? What about René?
Oh, never mind. I offer my condolences again.
Yes.
It is... I just don't know anymore.
That is sad. And you know, to his point, you know, and I suppose this is a sign that you do love someone, that if you can think about knowing someone your entire life, and then all of a sudden have to think about what if they're not here anymore, all of us, like, just so suddenly, that scares me. Not that me just being gone suddenly, like someone that I care for a lot, just suddenly tomorrow, not here anymore, that scares me. And to my point, like I just said, that's proof that you care about that person a lot, that you can think of that, as morbid as it is, and go, I'm scared of that thought, you know? And really, it could just happen at a drop of a hat. Wow. I'm so sorry for Renee. There is something down there. And I can't get to it. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Can I... Well, I can talk to this gentleman, right? Because he did have a...
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive?
I've been better, honestly.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
Still looking around. Just loose ends to tie up here and there.
Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right?
Yeah, of course. Thanks. You know what? Let's try this. 3, 4... that's a 9. Yeah, a 9.
In his eyes,
I can't believe it, I got
a
it.
familiar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
I can't believe I got that check. Familiar how?
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land.
And where's it lead?
Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. To the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin, the border approaches.
And beyond that?
You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes.
What's in the southwest?
Excuse me?
He emerges from his reverie.
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Hey, I get longing. I felt something similar ever since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
Deora?
Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
What's it like to miss someone?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
Yeah, I do miss someone, but I honestly have no idea who it is.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Thanks, Tommy. And you as well. Wow, we're just getting a lot of, like, semi-heavy conversations going around here. It's quite interesting. Wow.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of...
Yeah, pick up the radio.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you?
Precinct 57, here to report that we were attacked. I repeat, Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi and...
Something is wrong. Only static hisses through the speaker.
Alice? Hello?
No reply. Only the mindless drone of static crawling through the air.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversations and jamming outward communications to protect themselves from Crenel. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, if we don't want us cut off the grid completely.
Wait, but isn't that dangerous?
No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men, I hope.
He glances over his shoulder.
I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking out the mercs made things calmer. For now.
He flicks off the radio. Silence.
You can try calling again. Just don't mention the tribunal. And remember, they are listening in.
Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. If anything, everything sounds too okay. In the cabin, you see...
Yeah.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
So we can't talk about that. That's cool. They're just listening in so hard. That's... Ugh. That... I hate that. Sorry that we got cut off there, Alice. Could you connect me to the 41st again?
Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
Hello, Jules. Come to report that I've successfully located my 9mm VR pistol. It's on me now, and I promise to not lose it again.
10-4, sir. Roger that, and very glad to hear it. I will make relevant changes to the report.
Thank you. Also, I've heard throughout this investigation that some think of me as La Puta Madre's peony. Do you think I'm corrupt?
10-4, sir. Well, there have been some talk, sir.
So, does that mean people know that I'm a dirty cop? I mean, that they think I'm one? I just want you to know that I would never do anything like that. I'm not taking bribes, Jules.
I only meant that there have been some talk in the station, that's all. But there are always some talk in the station. You know how officers in Jamrock are. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over.
Well, 10-10, over.
Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
With those words, the cabin becomes silent again, the radio microphone resting on its hook. Well, that is a day if I had ever heard of it. What time is it on my recording? It is 48 minutes. Okay. I think I can do one more thing. Wait a minute. Wait. Hello? The musty smell of a potato cellar in spring emanates from the vent air. Great. Oh, you know what, actually? I was gonna talk to the graffiti lady, the pigs, Cindy the Skull, but there's also these two I need to talk to, so that's definitely gonna be saved for the next episode. Sorry, I thought I heard some annoying ringing in my ear for a moment, but it's the game. Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting this episode to be touching on sad things, like, almost everywhere. First was the Hardy Boys, and then it was, oh god, it was Renee and Gaston, and then, to a lesser degree, Tommy missing his family. This whole episode is an emotional downer, so yeah, it hits in a sad feel, and I suppose that makes sense considering we're just coming off from a military tribunal that ended up deadly. It tracks and makes sense, but hopefully the next episode won't be as much of an emotional downer, and we will make our way to the island. I don't know. We may not. It depends on how many other loose ends I need to take care of before I go there, but hopefully we can do it soon. But until then, I'll see you all on the next episode. Later!